Hey guys, welcome back to Mo's Game Table. Today we're going to take a look inside War Diary issue number 20. This is the digital edition, and there's going to be also a print edition that will be available and shipping about mid-July. It is $32 in the US and Canada for a year print subscription. It is $46 for overseas, and there is also the PDF version, which is what we're looking at today. That is the electronic subscription. That is only $16. And as we can see, we have a great portrait of Mussolini on the cover. Let's take a look and see what is inside issue number 20. And we start off with the prelude. This is the article written by the editor, Roy Matheson. He's going to give you an update as to what's going on in the world of War Diary. On the next page, we have the table of contents. First article is Means to the End, The Arms and Ambition of Fascist Italy by Paul Combin. Then we have Ground Truth versus Fog of War, Converting Traditional War Games into CDGs by John Firer. Then we have Eagles of France From History to Game by Michael Stultz. Understanding the Grand Narrative in Soviet Dawn by David Kennedy. The Day Was Ours, a review by John Burt. Little Remembered Actions of the American Revolutionary War, which helped save the cause by John Heim. On Gaming, The Two Major Grand Strategic Doctrines by Louis Pulsifer. And Pass and Review by Hans Cording. And we have another portrait of Mussolini. And we get to the article, Means to the End, The Arms and Ambition of Fascist Italy. Here, Paul Combin, who's the author of this piece, is going to be talking about the early military forces of Italy and using war games as illustrative examples. We start off here with Tobruk, and he's going to be talking about tank combat, and he continues that on with Heroes of North Africa from Lock and Load Tactical. Then we get to the naval aspect, and he's going to be using Black Swan as his first example, and then following that on with the Royal Navy. Then we get into the air aspect of things, and he's going to be using Wild Blue Yonder to close it out for the wargame examples for this article. And we have our first ad for the First World War. Then we get to the next article, Ground Truth versus Fog of War, Converting Traditional War Games into CDGs by John Firer. This is going to be an interesting article, I think, because he's talking about taking your traditional hex and counter games and then converting them to CDGs and allowing the CDG process to kind of change things up and add a little bit of friction and fog of war to the game. And that is one of the things that CDGs do well, although at the same time, I'm kind of not 100% sold on CDGs because there's, I don't know, to me, I've always felt like there's a bit of card counting involved to a degree, or understanding the deck and letting that dictate the flow of play too. And I kind of like the idea of randomness coming at me more than just knowing or having a sense of premonition as to what is going to happen, which there can be an argument that you know that in a hex and counter game, what's going to happen. But I think that's where random events actually are better than just your card-driven stuff. But an interesting article that I'm looking forward to reading and seeing what he has to say about it. Hey, I know that guy at the bottom left corner. Then we get to Eagles of France From History to Game. This is an article written by Michael Stultz. He's going to talk about all of the Napoleonic era games, which I know a lot of you are huge fans of. Looks like it's going to be an interesting piece. And then we have another ad for Barbarossa, The World Will Hold Its Breath by TSWW. Then we got Vlad and Joe, Understanding the Grand Narrative in Soviet Dawn by David Kennedy. He's going to go and dig deep into the game, talk through the narrative that the game will bring to you. Now, remember, this game has been reprinted by Worthington, and they do amazing work on their reprints and all their new games as well. Worthington does just an outstanding job in their publishing. Then we have The Day Was Ours, a review by John Burt. He starts off talking, so there I was, ready to rock and roll with Revolution Games' latest version of the blind sword system. The Day Was Ours, a simulation of the First Battle of Bull Run. And he's going to go diving into that from there and talking about the blind sword system. There's The Day Was Ours. Lovely artwork. And we have an ad for AHIX. Next article is Little Remembered Actions of the American Revolution, which helped save the cause by John Heim. I love the picture being used here. Battle of Throg's Neck. Battle of Pell's Point or Pelham. Battle of 8 Mile Run or Shippetoken Creek. Then we get to On Gaming, The Two Major Grand Strategic Doctrines, Can Your Game Allow Both to Be Successful? Written by Louis Pulsifer. And if you don't already know, Lou has a great YouTube channel that you should check out as well. He's always posting a steady stream of videos, and they're very interesting to listen to. I really enjoy listening to his different thoughts on game design and game theory. Then we get to the Pass and Review. Island Infernos, the U.S. Army's Pacific War Odyssey, 1944, written by John McManus. And this is volume 2 from the Dutton Caliber. And it's going to be talking about that book. And then we finish out with, oh, that looks interesting, The Night, the Solitaire Zombie Attack board game by White Dog Games. I'm a sucker for zombies, always have, always will be. And that looks like it's going to be a take on Night of the Living Dead. So, yep, take my money. Speaking of take my money, the British are coming. Blood and Fury World at War 85 from Lock and Load Publishing, the second volume in the awesome World at War 85 series. If you've not already checked it out, definitely check it out and get yourself a copy of Blood and Fury when it comes out on GameFound, which should be pretty soon. Then we have Hill of Doves on the back cover from Legion Wargames. Legion always does amazing work. And Hill of Doves, the first Anglo-Boer War, 1880 to 1881. And that will close out our look at War Diary issue number 20. Again, it is available in digital or also print. Print in the United States and Canada, it's $32 for a year subscription. Overseas, it's $46. The digital-only subscription is $16. Fantastic magazine with a ton of great articles. Roy never lets us down, and I really, really enjoy this magazine. So if you've not already checked it out, do so. And if you have, and you need to resubscribe, make sure you renew your subscription real soon. Well, I hope that helps you guys out if you're curious about this magazine. If you have any comments or questions, post them down below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.